Sometimes we want to solve equations with more than one variable, in this case a and b. But before we do that, let's take a look at an equation that you're quite familiar with, something like a plus 3 equals 2. We want to get a by itself. To get a by itself, we have to ask ourselves, what's connected to a on the left side of the equal sign? And how is it connected? In this particular case, 3 is being added to the a. We want to get a by itself, so we add a negative 3 to that side of the equation. If you add a negative 3 to the left side of an equation, in order to keep the equation balanced, you have to add the same thing to the right side of the equal sign of the equation. Always bring your equal sign straight down. The 3 plus the negative 3 add up to 0, which leaves us with just a. That's what we're looking for. We want to solve this equation for a. That means we want to get a by itself. On the right side of the equation, 2 plus a negative 3 adds up to negative 1. And that's the answer. A is equal to negative 1. You could also read this 2 minus 3, but 2 minus 3 is also equal to negative 1. Now the reason I showed you this is because what we really want to do is we want to solve this problem, where it's not a number that's connected to our variable that we want to solve for, but let's say a letter. You still do the same thing we did over here. We asked ourselves, what is it that's connected to what we want to solve for, and how is it connected? In this case, b is connected to what we want to solve for, and it's connected by addition. Same thing as we did earlier. Instead of adding a negative 3 to both sides of the equation, in this particular case, we will add a negative b to both sides of the equation. Notice on the right side, this looks a bit more complicated than this looked. This is obviously negative 1. But the question is, how do we rewrite this? And I will show you in a second. First of all, I'm going to erase this equal sign because we don't want it here. We actually want it here. On the left side of the equation, the b and the negative b add up to 0, which leaves us with just a. Remember, at the beginning I asked you to solve for a. Over here, there's two different ways that are equally correct. You could either write a equals 2 minus b, or I'll write the word or here. A equals negative b, this negative b, plus 2. Both of these answers mean the exact same thing. A equals 2 minus b, 2 minus b, or a equals negative b plus 2.